Hey there everybody, welcome back into my little basement dungeon here for kind of a special video. I'm trying all kinds of different things to get cheaper LED lighting going down here so that I can really extend my growing season, as most of you are completely aware. And I found these strip lights for $25 on Amazon. Did a little look around, saw that SSL Family Dad had done something similar to this, so I thought I'd give it a try. Today they arrived, and I wasn't quite ready for it yet, so I'm still going to give it a try anyway. Very redneck, but better than nothing. So here we go. First things first, not a promotional video or anything, but these are the lights. Like I said, it was $25 to get them with the necessary plug and everything, or like $14 to get just the string of lights. Came on a little spool, as you can see there, and I've kind of been messing with them a little bit just to see how well it would work, because I want to light up this shelf, which is, you know, kind of wasted space at the moment, aside from a quick little experiment with the pumpkin that I'll get into on the Wednesday video. So the first question that came to mind with all of this is, how well are these little flimsy little strings of lights actually going to light up the shelf down here? So I'll recreate it, but I turned off the lights up above and plugged them in, so here we go. So here is the light from just those three little lights there, or those three little strings across. Got these ones turned off for the time being. And I have to say, judging by how the plant looks underneath it, I am definitely tempted to give it a go. So, I know I can't leave it like this. Looks like a party around the cups there, because they do put off a little bit of heat. It's wrapped around a cup in the middle there too. And I'm too impatient to wait, other than, you know, do it right now. Gotta do it now. Gotta do it now. So here we go. The plan is, of course, PVC. So here I have a bunch of chunks. I'm about to cut them down to the right length for the shelf, and hopefully string, you know, 4 or 5 of those across the underside and get a nice bright little space for my plants. It's a little crowded in there, not really giving the poor hydroponic plants a fair shake, and I've got a bunch of seedlings waiting right there, so perfect timing. Definitely need the space. So for the next step in my so-called plan here, I'm going to need some way to hang this under the shelf, so I'm drilling holes through my PVC pipe and putting in zip strap loops. I'm going to do that to all the rest of them, and then we'll get back to it. Now, when it comes to attaching it to the PVC, in theory it's nice and simple. Just peel off the back, stick it to the pipes, and it should be good to go. I have a bunch of little zip straps though, just in case. Well, there were a couple of things that went sort of wrong for me putting that together. It does seem to be sticking now, it does seem fairly bright. However, when I went to initially peel off this sticky backed cover, it took the whole sticky with it, so be careful there. Make sure you peel and leave the clear plastic sticky layer behind, but it went back on and hopefully it'll still stick. Well, I think I'm going to call this at 4 and save the rest of this strip for a future project. Now, to hang it under the shelf. This could get interesting. Well, it seems to be working. Doesn't look too great, but doesn't look as bad as I was thinking. Anybody else think this is probably not what the manufacturer had in mind for these lights? Now, I guess I just need to plug it in, see how it looks. Cue furnace. So there we go. I've turned off again the 2 lights above. And this is just from these little strip lights. In theory, these are 6,000 Kelvin, so it's not the ideal, but pretty darn close. The ones above it are only running at 5,000, I believe, so here's to hoping this works. I've already filled it up with a nice selection of peppers and made a little bit more space up there, so yeah, I gotta get those lights back on though. Well, thank you all for joining me on this quick little video as I do a cheap project to try and brighten up my dungeon grow space, but we'll see over the next few weeks and months just how well that does. Hopefully it will produce some pretty positive results for me, and I'll be able to get even more good solid pepper starts out when gardening season finally gets here. Alright, yeah, Well, if you stuck around to this point, thank you so much, and I will probably see you on Wednesday.